Alrighty, so you've been studying up on this land investing business. You're ready to take the dive, but something in the back of your head tells you all these videos can't be telling the truth, and there's got to be some obstacles that come up in the land investing business. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 most common things that could come up, blow your deal, kind of mess up your day a little bit, so you'll know what to expect, worst case scenario, and what to avoid and how to keep pushing forward. But just know, at any time, if you're looking for a little assistance getting through your first or next land investment deal, directly below in the description is a link where we can go ahead and set up a coaching call. I can walk you through that. Or if you need any other resources about land investing, that can be found down below as well. But let's dive into this here. What can actually go wrong investing in raw land? Everybody pumps out all the videos how it's the best model out there. It's very passive. It's very great. The returns are insane. But yeah, stuff can go wrong. So what is the first thing that could go wrong? And this is pretty basic. I know you already know this, but it needs to be covered, is defaulted on monthly payments. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, just more of a little annoyance from time to time. But when you set up your automatic reoccurring payment, because we're selling these on seller financing, giving us monthly passive income, people do default on their notes. Sometimes it's a simple mistake as charging up too much on your credit card. You don't have that little bit of room and the payment kicks back. Other times your credit card expires and the payment kicks back on that way. And sometimes you just ghost a person because you're out and the deal just goes ahead and hits the expiration date and then you have to resell it. Not a bad thing because you always keep the property. The downside is you always have to relist the property. So just keep that in the back of your mind. There is a decent default rate on deals. You'll always keep the property until you sell it outright, but you will have to relist it along the way and take that downtime when your client has missed payments, because usually you give a grace period. Like me, I give 90 days. You ghost me for 90 days straight and you don't want to work anything out, I resell it on day 91. The industry norm is 60 days, but let's get into something a little more dramatic that could go ahead and upset yourself when you're trying to invest in raw land. The next thing, a little more common, not too bad, is getting bad data. Now, you're going to go ahead and do direct mail marketing. Everybody always says, what if it doesn't work? It never works on the first time. Go into it with the mindset. Learn from the first time and then send out more mail. Sometimes you get bad data. Usually it's on our side of the table where you mess up your phone number and they put in the wrong phone number and nobody calls you because you messed up your number. But sometimes you'll buy a list of leads, you'll send mail out to it, absolutely nothing happens. Or even worse, every person you mailed to hits you back because you messed up and they think they're going to get way more for their property than what it's worth, and you're on the phone for hours not getting the result you want. Either way, pulling bad data is something that could go ahead and mess you up on your land journey, and it's really not a mess up, it's just an expense and a little bit of a downtime, so keep that in the back of your head. It's going to happen. It's okay. It's part of business. Just keep pressing forward. And then finally, the third thing you could expect in the land investing game, and this is something that drives me up a freaking wall personally, is messing up the deed filing process. We do hundreds of deals over here. Sometimes I get a little sloppy, I don't double check my work, and it costs me big when a deed kicks back. I have to redo the paperwork, resend the paperwork out to the seller. They have to re-sign, they have to re-notarize, mail it back to me, and then I get to send it back in for filing. This is a huge waste of time, and when we lose time, we lose money. So that is the biggest hurdle, in my opinion, is the deed filing process. Now, a couple things you could do to avoid this. One, on your first few deals, either have a real estate attorney or a title company do your deals for you. This will teach you the process. You'll get an idea of how things work, and then you could do it on your own from there. Next, double check, triple check, quadruple check your work, because sometimes those parcels are insanely long, the numbers on those, and one digit, which happened to me today, was off. Kick the whole thing back. Seller lives in Florida. I'm in Cleveland. I got to redo all the docs. Mail it to Florida, they have to do their thing, send it to me, and then I get to send it in for filing. So like I said, that's a month lost on that particular deal where money's just going to be tied up. No fun. And then finally, the last thing you could do is learn about the counties that are easy to file the deeds in, because they'll work with you to get things done. Some counties, we found out, are incredibly difficult to file the deeds, and yet they still charge you to go ahead and file on the front end. Let me walk you through this. There's a county, Luna County, New Mexico. Any little obstacle, they won't file your deed. So let's say you send it out there with a $25 filing fee. They'll cash your check. They'll say your deed's been filed. It actually hasn't been filed. They send you a follow-up letter saying, hey, you need to fix this, change this, do that. Now, if you're able to do all that and resubmit it, you have to pay the filing fee again. But if you're not able to do it, like let's say it's probate issues and there's just no way of you rectifying this deal, your $25 is gone. Not that that's a big deal, but your time gone is the problem. So just keep these few things in mind. At the end of the day, these are very, very petty things in the real estate game overall, because let's be real, the residential wholesaling game can be a nightmare, and constantly things are coming up that'll blow your deal in that world, whereas in this thing, it's little scrapes on the knees. But you should still be aware of them. So if you have any questions about land investing, drop those questions down below. Shoot me a text at 440-567-6040. I will be sure to create the content answering your questions for you. Once again, everything you need found directly below this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.